Good morning, guys. This is Carol. How are you? For my new subs, I had 4 kids within 6 years, which means they were all teenagers at one time. And they used to just drive me to drink. I don't drink, that's just an expression. Actually, I drink Dr. Pepper. They'd drive me to get a Dr. Pepper. But anyway, when they were all home and they were just getting on my nerves, I would say to them, listen, you're stomping on my last raw nerve and you better stop it. I gather my daughter Becky says that to her kids too. She's got 2 grown boys. At Christmas, her oldest son, he's 22, got her this candle that says, Mom's last nerve. Oh, look, it's on fire. That just tickled me to death. I love it. The wind's been blowing here about 65 miles per hour, the gust to 65, and tumbleweeds have been blowing everywhere. Casey was going out to her dad's to babysit his dogs, and she couldn't get in the front door. It's a good thing he had left her the garage door opener. If you don't have tumbleweeds where you live, tumbleweeds grow on a main stem, but then they have tons of branches and they grow and form kind of a ball shape. And each one of those stems is covered in very prickly, pokey stickers. I mean, just tons of them on each plant. And they hurt. You can't pick up a tumbleweed without having gloves on or something, because you can't touch them without your hands getting in those stickers. And so what you have to do is get on leather gloves and get a hoe or a rake or something and pull them away from your house and hope the wind blows them on a little bit farther down the road. Casey made you a little video on her way out there to his house. Let me show you.
Hey guys, this is Casey. I don't even know if you can see it. I think the picture might be dark, but the wind is blowing like crazy. I'm driving out from my dad's and I can't even drive on my side of the street because it is covered in tumbleweeds. Oh my goodness.
Now, most tumbleweeds are about a foot tall, but they can grow great big. Last year, I showed you this picture. My friend told me I could show it on YouTube. Her porch is 10 feet wide. This is a single tumbleweed. The man standing there is almost 6 feet tall, so you can get an idea of what size that tumbleweed is. Almost 10 by 6. And see how thick it is? Those are just hundreds of stems of the plant, and each one has a sticker about every quarter of an inch. They're just covered in these prickly stickers. If you watch Casey's little video again, you can see them tumble across as the wind blows them across. And that Casey's video, that was just masses of tumbleweeds blown up against barbed wire fences on either side of the road. Okay, that's our tumbleweed lesson for today, in case you don't have tumbleweeds where you live. I'm sorry it's been so long between videos. Let me tell you, when I get exhausted, I get totally exhausted. And when I push myself to do too much, it just dumps me in the dirt, and I just have to recuperate. And that's what's happened. Over Christmas, I was trying to do too much. I was trying to make everything perfect. I was trying to get too many things made, like fudge and cookies and things. I never did get the fudge made. I just wore myself out. So the last couple of days, the dogs and I have been just like this. Me laying on the couch covered up in blankets, and the dogs asleep on top of me because they're exhausted too. But we're fine. I have chronic fatigue syndrome, and if I push myself too much, honestly, I just get totally drained. But I'm fine. I read a book the last couple of days. I'm going to stick the picture in and show you. I really enjoyed this book. It was a hoot. Let me stick the cover in and I'll tell you about it. First of all, I need to kind of set this up in case you're not from around here. Luckenbach, Texas is a very tiny community. It's the smallest town in Texas. Has a sign outside that says population 3, although I heard in September of this year there were actually 13 people living there. It was founded by Jacob Luckenbach in the 1850s, I think it was. It consists of a saloon, a general store, and it used to have a post office, but that closed in 1970. Willie Nelson, for years, had his 4th of July picnic in Luckenbach. Well, the name of this book is Looking Back, Texas, and it takes place in Luckenbach. The main character is Suzanne. She is a mother, a wife, young woman that lives in California that came from Luckenbach, but left it in the rearview mirror. Her dad calls her. She's got a son that's 15 or 16. Her dad calls her, and the call is real staticky. She can't really understand him, except he tells her there's some kind of trouble and her mother needs her. So she flies to Luckenbach. Hadn't been there for years and years and years to see what the heck's going on. Well, what's happened is her dad, after 40 years, has left her mother. Her mother is a very controlling woman and was difficult to live with. That he stayed with her for 40 years was amazing. But anyway, he's decided to leave her. Well, the mother doesn't want to be known as a divorcee. She didn't want everybody to think her marriage failed. So she decides that she's just going to declare her husband as dead. He's not dead, but she's going to say he is. She orders a casket from Costco. She plans a funeral. This book is just a hoot. Now, this book is, on the back of the book, it says Christian fiction. It's really a comedy, but not really. It's sort of a romance, but not really. It's its own kind of book, but it is a hoot. It gets a little preachy at the end, and I don't like preachy so much, but overall, I would suggest this book to anybody that likes a good, funny story. And instead of being a funny story, its main focus is love and forgiveness and redemption. And I don't know. I just thoroughly enjoyed this book. I've not read anything else by Leanna Ellis, but I hear she's got lots and lots of things. So I'm going to check out some. Whoops, got a phone call and that stopped my recording. But anyway, back to the book. The mother has declared the dad is dead. Everybody in town is really mourning the loss of Archie. He was such a wonderful guy. And she's planning this funeral. And then Archie doesn't know that he's dead, has been declared dead. And he shows up and people start thinking they've seen a ghost. It is just a hoot. I just love this book. So if you want to read something funny, but has a good underlying message, look and see if you can find Looking Back, Texas by Leanna Ellis. Okay, guys, I'm going to go for today. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Leave me a comment, a thumbs up if you would, please. And I will try to make a video tomorrow. What I intend to make, and what I've intended to make for days now, but I just haven't been able to get it done, is chocolate sugar cookies. And I'm going to attempt to make a loaf of bread. So stay tuned. Eventually I'll make those videos. Hope you're doing well. Bye-bye. I'll add something else here if you're not from Texas. Texas Got another one of those pesky phone calls. Anyway, Texas is a big state. Alaska's bigger, but Texas is pretty big. I live up in the panhandle of Texas. From my home to Lukenbach, which is in south central Texas, is a 7-hour drive, and you're not even to the bottom of Texas yet. I've never been there. Someday I want to go to Lukenbach, Texas. In fact, I would like to live in that area down there if I could get my son and his wife and grandkids to move down there with me. Okay, this is really the end. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.